a great propensity to be wicked and evil and to rationalize stuff for our own belief system, to suit our own beliefs. So we become dishonest, and this is where the problems step in. This is when we've opened Pandora's box, when we've opened that can of worms, and then we get all grouped up with all the elitist evildoers, because really these are the ones that believe in inequality. That's what hypocrisy is. Oh, I want equality for me. I want to be more than equal, right? That's their messages. So in order to do that, they got to make a whole bunch of other people far less than equal. You understand? And it never ends. It's a ship of miserable fools. And I don't want to be in that ship of miserable fools. And at least I'm free in my heart and mind. God knows I'm willing to live entirely without money today. If all the goods and services I need become free, I'm not charging anybody else for anything anymore ever again. So I could be free. But you know what? We can't do this thing alone. Anybody can figure that out. That's not going to work. That I say, well, I just don't need money anymore. I don't accept it. I go out and work for free. When my bills keep coming in and people tell me, well, you're not going to have this service or that service. You're not going to have this commodity or that commodity unless you capitulate and, play by the rules that we've set up. You get it? You understand how it doesn't work for one person. You can't go it alone. We got to go this thing together. And I'm not stupid. I'm not going to play stupid. I get it. But I also don't have to like it. In fact, I'm not supposed to like it. In fact, I'm supposed to do the opposite. I'm supposed to hate it. Jesus said that. You must hate your life in this world because Satan's the prince of this world. Who's made the policies we're all having to live under? Satan and all his associated minions, witting or not. That's who they're associates of. All these elitist hypocrites. The real price for the luxury of easily facilitating exchange with money. Because that's all money's supposedly about, right? The innocent euphemism for money, it's just a facilitate exchange. Don't worry about it. We can eat money. You don't want to abolish money. Come on. You don't want to extricate yourself from money. It's not dispensable. We need money. We all need money. That's the reality for now. That's what they've got us all believing. And so we're all capitulating to this idea. That's our so-called reality. But it's not the reality that God gave us. Just remember that. And remember the true price, the dubious warfare. Just think about that long and hard, about all the victims of dubious warfare. Think about that. Vast criminality of every sort, national, state, and individual debt, superficial welfare programs that only exacerbate the problems, high taxes, high cost of living, high burden, high cost to survive, like I pointed out, plenty of abortion, prostitution, escapist activities of every type, and vices abound, drug use, alcohol, pedophilia. I mean, God knows what's in these people's heads. It's hard to believe there's money associated with that, but apparently there is, from what I've learned. All the pornography, we all know vast sums of money are made in pornography. And then there's retail therapy, and then, of course, vacation therapy, and there's gambling and countless forms of entertainment, the sports and all of this that we all engage in to dissipate time, to run, to escape from our wonderful reality that's been shoved down our throats from birth. The single most deadly metaphorical drug, ... ellipsis, is money. Money. That's the drug that we're all strung out on, folks. And we need to start by admitting it. That's the first step to extricating ourselves. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Humanity has been collectively cucked by our controllers, the very top money lovers. This is the love of money, the root of all evil. Since humanity at large evidently sees no relevance in recent historical landmarks, like the JFK assassination, like the bailout of '08, just 9 years ago, what possible pertinence are ancient historical landmarks? You see, so many people, they say you're destined to repeat history if you don't learn it, if you don't learn from it. Well, we can't even learn recent history, for crying out loud. People got to learn recent history and the significance. And these nails in the coffin, and the final ones they're trying to inflict with Obama and Hillary Clinton. Ugh. Gosh, and these demons are still out there on the world stage and still talking and spewing. And Hillary's talking about Lord. She's talking about Lord Lucifer. You don't hear her mention the name of Jesus, do you? You don't hear her quoting any biblical references. None of that. So that's the Lord of these people. It is Lucifer. I'm telling you, I'm not making stuff up. I mean, look, I'm telling you, man, these people are freaking nightmarish. That's what we're undergoing. A nightmare, worldwide nightmare. Okay, and we the people better just put our damn our feet down, and just say no. And just say no to economic tyranny. Say no. We can't do it if we don't care about our own being tyrannized and being impoverished intentionally. That we can live. What about future generations? They're going to hold us responsible. They're going to say, what did you do? What did you do to speak out against this? What did you say? What did you do? What were you thinking? How could you let this happen? Now we're just bred as farm animals, okay, just as slaves from birth. Livestock, to be rent slaves to these people. That's it. We go to our jobs and serve them because they haven't been able to develop equipment, machinery, robotics to replace us yet. But when they do, it's just going to get worse and worse. And more of us are going to die. We're going to lose our will to live. We're going to stop breeding. We're going to be willing to be euthanized. That's what we're looking at. So, yeah, it might not be fun to put your foot down and just say no, okay? But you're going to have to, or you're culpable. You're more and more culpable if you don't. We're all stuck between a rock and a hard spot. There's no easy out, okay? You're either fighting the good fight or you're not. And that's part of fighting the good fight, is putting your foot down. All of us, individually and collectively. To remotely suggest that money is indispensable to the welfare of humanity is akin to suggesting that Satan is indispensable to humanity. Humanity at large is clearly being tyrannized through an ever-growing cost to simply live. Understanding God's will is not rocket science. He or she wants to be an open book. He and she. First chapter of the Bible sets the record straight. God is male and female. That's his choice, her choice. That's their choice. That we are like them, male and female. If Trump successfully saves America, it will be by the power of God, like Jesus resurrecting the dead. That's what he's doing. He'll be resurrecting the dead. That's America dead. Tyranny may rightly be measured by the degree of monetary burden placed on an individual simply to live, to survive. If you and I are willing to live in a world without Satan or his sustenance, money, then we will be found worthy to inherit that world. That's going to be a wonderful place. You want to be there. I encourage everyone to really want to be in that world. While I certainly don't blame the average person, because we've been trained to believe your welfare, my welfare, are separate entities. Yeah, when I explain that our welfare is inextricable from one another, and the reason you don't get that is because you've been trained not to get that, not to understand how imperative that to understand it. But they don't want you to understand. They don't want you empowered then with understanding and knowledge and putting it to work and letting it shape your belief system. People have been trained to conduct their financial economic business in a far too cucked a manner. Yeah, just going along to get along. That's what I mean. That's that cucking. Much like an auction, our willingness to capitulate to the highest price directly harms others. I explained in depth how that works. Irony. There'd be a whole hell of a lot less homelessness without the Section 8 government housing subsidy. Matter of fact, I already pointed that out. One can have vast knowledge and its accompanying power, but if they aren't honest, these elements act only as a detriment to their soul. That's right. It's like searing your soul. It's like cremating your very soul, your conscience. When you ignore it, you think you could divorce yourself from other people. You can't do it. God won't let you. You will stand before your owner someday, your maker, your creator. We all will. Am I the only one whom wonders how many lives have been saved by dentists pulling bad teeth? Yeah, I wonder how many suicides have been committed because people couldn't afford to get a tooth pulled. Imagine, it's excruciating pain. So, I cannot exalt the importance of certain occupations enough, and